Good morning, or good evening, or good afternoon, or wherever you're at. Hi, your friendly ALTTPR ladder admins are here again. I am Big Dunka. I am with Herfy Durfy. Herfy, happy Saturday.
How is it going, my friend?
It is going just great. We're here
Nice.
again. We're here again. We do this every 2 or 3 months. We get to reveal all the secrets of the universe. Um,
All the fancy schmancy new stuff we got.
Yeah, which is not. Should we just temper expectations now? Because
I feel like we always temper expectations, but this time it's kind of a short one
this
today,
one's
guys. We gotta be honest.
it's gonna be a little short. There's not a ton of stuff to review, and nothing's gonna be amazing. Although we do have a pretty significant announcement at the end. But that one's gonna be a little bit different, and you'll see why. Um, I guess we're gonna go ahead and get things started then. Season 22. We're just 2 weeks away. It starts on it's the 18th or 19th, something like that. I don't remember exactly when, but let's go over a schedule, shall we? We have a
Hmm.
schedule. It's always the best part. Um, so let's just okay. I tell you what, we're gonna fast forward through a little bit of this because let's just get the evergreen modes out of the way. We do this every season, and it's just like, oh, what do you know? Casual Boots is in there. Oh, there's cross keys. So let's just blow through the easy stuff. How about that?
Wait, we have casual boots and cross keys
We have
on
Casual Boots and cross keys.
our schedule? That sounds new to
Who
me.
knew? Who
Never
knew?
heard of these modes before. What are these mysterious modes you're speaking
Who
of?
knew? Who knew what we were gonna do? Um, so here are our evergreen modes. They are rarely changing, but they do change occasionally. Obviously, this last season we brought in some boot modes. Those are going to be, unfortunately, going away. But it is what it is. That's because the coffers have run dry. Remember, we accept bribes. Um, yeah, there's our four modes. That's the order they will be in. Now let's go ahead and have some fun and fill in blanks. Grab bags bag! Yay!
Yay!
So it's funny. It got mentioned just the other day. It's like a week or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like grab bag is still listed in the evergreen modes, and they're like, shouldn't you remove it from the evergreen modes? And like, no, why would we remove it from the evergreen modes?
It's
Um,
obviously back.
it's obviously back. So we it just took a little hiatus. We had to rearrange some things, and now it's back. So grab bag is in there. You notice it is a 3 hour mode. When we go over the grab bag details, you'll understand why it's a 3 hour mode. New mode, ladies and gentlemen. New mode. This one is aptly named and very accurately named Dark Open. Um, so usually when we have new modes, we have a nice couple of slides that explain everything. I'm just going to tell you what Dark Open is. There's no, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. It's just all it is. It's open, 7/7, standard open, but you start with Moon Pearl, Power Glove, Hammer, which means when you walk out of Link's house, you can go straight into Dark World. Um, those are replaced in the pool by what did I replace them with? It's junk. I think I put 5 rupees in there or something like that. Um, that is Dark Open. I haven't actually tested this yet. I have the I'm actually I'll put some we'll put some seeds up in the I'll do that later today in the practice channel. Um, and you'll be able to practice things. Um, I actually don't know how this one's going to go, and I haven't tested it because I could see people immediately leaving Link's house, picking up the 50/50 bomb drop, going back into Link's house, getting another 50/50 bomb drop until they get 2 bombs, and then immediately go to Hype Cave.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could do that. What I'm going to be very interested in seeing is how many opening routes there are on this. Uncle routers are in tears right now because nobody's going to uncle route this unless you really wanted to go hammer. You just want to hammer all the way through escape, which I don't think anyone's going to want to do.
Probably not, you would think.
Yeah. So yeah. So there you go. Dark open. Um, it's just one of those modes that we thought about doing this a while ago. I know I mentioned at one point, and I think I got thrown away or something like that. And I realized not only has it not been like I don't think I've seen anybody do this. Have you? Have you ever seen anybody actually roll this mode out?
I don't think so. Not that I remember,
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. It's like I don't think I've actually seen people try this, and I was just like, screw it, let's just do it. So there you go. That's gonna be your new mode. It's the only new mode, kind of this season. Um, but we have one left to reveal. Herfy, I have a pop quiz for you.
Oh no.
Now you know the answer to this, but I'm gonna pretend like you don't. What is the one mode that we've done in ladder one time, only one time, all dating all the way back, the oldest, almost back to the beginning. It was
I
season
remember, and we talked about
two.
this.
Season two. We ran
What
this
was
out.
this?
Season two, and we have not done it since. It has been 20 plus seasons since
Uh-huh.
we have rolled this out. Enemizer.
Oh yeah, it was Animizer.
Enemizer. We had Enemizer in season two of Ladder and haven't ran it back since. It's amazing. Now, I think that has a lot to do because I hate Enemizer.
Huh, where have I heard this before?
I hate Enemizer with a passion. I really do. I despise Enemizer. So Enemizer is 7/7 open with um, full boss shuffle, full enemy shuffle. But it's just, you know what? People like this because people are weird.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, some people are going to hate it, some people like it. But you guys, congratulations. We're bringing Enemizer back for probably one season. We'll bring it back in season 42. Um, in like, what would that be, 2027, something like that, 2028,
Something like that, yeah.
something like that. So there, ladies and gentlemen, there is your schedule, official schedule. Absolutely no shenanigans at all. Nothing amazing, nothing out there that is out of the ordinary. um your schedule, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, yeah, there we go. So let's move on to the next thing on our list, which is mystery updates. Now we've been promising this for like 2 seasons, um, and we did make a couple of changes to mystery. Only two though, only two changes that we made for mystery. One of which I'm sure will be loved by most people. Um, so more or less, attendance is good in mystery. It's still not great. We still have some issues with the overnight hours. I mean, if there's if, here's the thing: if mystery's up, but there's anything else going on, mystery gets like 3 people, and then
Hmm.
one person gets booted. So it doesn't kind of matter. It doesn't matter where it is, but that's just going to be mystery in a nutshell. Nothing we're going to do is going to change that. So yeah, so we're not changing a ton at this point. We did, now that we've used completionist and we got a full season out of it and like it, we're gonna add it to mystery. Now it's cranked up on the point system, so it's a 50 pointer. I've got 2 weeks. I might have to change that to 60. I have a looping process that I run through to generate mystery seeds. And I think completionist was showing up even more than I would even like. Um, so I might even pump that up a little bit because let's think of it this way. I mean, it's a four mystery seeds are 4 hours long, but let's say you get like completionist entrance, full keys. Like, I mean, there are some scenarios where going back and picking things up through completionist could be a real pain in the ass.
Yeah,
So
it could definitely be a bad combination, or at least a very unfun
yeah,
combination.
yeah. Well, I wouldn't say unfun, but definitely interesting. Um, yeah, everybody should be able to finish these seeds in 4 hours. I mean, I shouldn't say everybody, but yeah. But hey, guess what? That's the fun you get with mystery. I know people that like some wacky shit and will enjoy this. I just yeah. So we're gonna try this out again. If it's not good, we don't like it. People that again, look at the last line there. Mystery ladder feedback is there for a reason. Now we're not always going to listen to everything that you say. Uh, you know what? Change that. We will listen. We might just not care. Um, but we'll listen at least. We'll read it. Uh, if things end up being very poor, like you, let's say 3 weeks in, you get a couple of completionists and they see you just absolute dog shit, let us know. Um, because we do make changes occasionally based off feedback, like the other change that we made, ladies and gentlemen. We are removing enemy health once again from mystery. Um, it's like a third. Is this the third time we've done this where we've added it and taken it away, added it and taken away, added it and taken away? I think this is the third.
It's definitely a bit of a back and forth, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think it's gone forever this time. Like nobody likes it.
Hmm.
Yeah, nobody likes it. It's just yeah, and I will say this: people do make good points with it. Um, they make really good points with like escape. With enemy health is just whacked because sometimes you get the guards that you have to like you have to use like four
Hmm.
bombs on, and it just
Yeah, it's
yeah, it's
it's one of
weird.
those things where it can be fun, but there's also like the potential to be extremely frustrating and annoying for the most part. And more often than not, it ends up being extremely annoying or like just frustrating to play.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, so we're gonna get rid of it. It's gone forever. Every enemy health will always be normal. Um, the one thing that is interesting when it comes to uh, removing enemy health, the enemizer rules of maximum of two still apply, but now there's only three enemizer categories. Yes, completionist will show the 216 counter. You'll know the second you walk in what the goal is if you get completionist. You just won't know the rest. So, but yes, it will show up in the HUD. So, but yeah, so the other three enemy shuffle, boss shuffle, and uh, enemy damage are all still enemizer modes. You still will get maximum of two. Uh, that didn't change, even though we're down to just three categories instead of four. So again, it's mystery. You know what you signed up for. People enjoy this shit. So um, that's it. That's the only changes we're making for mystery for this season. Again, we're open for feedback. Please post it if you have some. And uh, yeah, that is our that's our mystery changes. So yeah, I don't think there's anything really to go over there beyond that. So
It's all
um,
pretty self-explanatory,
yep,
and I
yep.
think the completionist stuff is a. I think it's a good test bed, and we can always tweak it as you said it. I think removing enemy health is what everyone is probably happy about, or the
Yeah,
majority of people at the very least are going to be happy about that.
yeah. I
Other than
think
that,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, and again, we'll listen to your feedback. We won't always agree with it, but we'll listen to it. So
Hmm.
yeah, all right. People saw it.
It was kind of hard to
it
miss.
was it was a little hard to miss. Um, but did people? I wonder. I wonder if people realize what this means. People are going to understand here in just a moment what this actually means. Grab bag is not grab bag. It's actually Gigabag. With that being said, actually, officially, the schedule just got posted. Um, I wanted to wait till we got to here before I posted it, so it is now currently up on the website. And I'll get it up on the Google Calendar eventually. Um, Gigabag. So this is our Gigabag. So we called it Gigabag, a little bit different than Grab Bag because it is technically different. So Gigabag is going to be every mode that has ever been run on ladder, even including the tournament modes that we ran last season that have not officially been um, like ladder modes. We've never ran them singly, like the Fad Keys and stuff like that. Um, so those are going to be in the grab bag. Now we are excluding three types of modes. We're excluding entrance modes, so no cross keys, no retrance, no inverted entrance, whatever. No mystery, and we're taking mystery out for a very specific reason. We generally remove mystery from grab bag anyway, but there's a bigger reason for removing mystery. We'll get to that in a minute. No spoiler modes. We always remove spoiler from grab bag as well, just because there's a technological issue with this, and it involves the 15-minute review period with grab bag. Um, so, but yeah, but there is a reason that we're doing all this. So all new modes are in there. If when a new mode gets added, let's say next season we have a brand new mode that we've just conjured out of the ether, that will be immediately added into the Gigabag unless it is one of those three: entrance, mystery, or spoiler. Dark Open, for instance, in the Gigabag.
Mm-hmm.
We're also running this on a specific schedule. We're going to announce now it is going to be in the next 4 seasons 22, 23, 24, and 25, which is going to be through I haven't figured it out exactly, but it's effectively going to be end of fall, early winter, like October, November, around that side. Why, you may ask? Why? Ladies and gentlemen, our gigitational. Um the naming structure is I love the way that we name shit. Ladies and gentlemen, the Megatational was great. It was probably the most fun I've had watching, administering an invitational or anything like that. So we're gonna do it again. So we're announcing it now on January 6th that in like October, November of 2024, we are going to be holding our Gigatational. So it's like 8 months out. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You guys have to work for it. So we're going to be running the Gigabag for the next 4 seasons. These are your qualifying matches. We don't like calling them qualifiers, but they are. Let's just call it what they are. They're qualifiers. Instead of taking 16 players, we are going to take 32 players. It's going to be bigger than any invitational that we've ran. It's twice the size, twice the number of entrants, although in reality it's just a week longer. You need to be in good standing with both ladder and the ALTTPR community as a whole. So you cannot be banned from anywhere. You can't have. Don't be dicks. Don't be a dick. Ugh, don't be a dick. You will need to have 25 total Gigabag matches starting from season 22 all the way to the end of season 25. So you got plenty of chances to get those in. There's going to be 200 total matches over 4 seasons. It's 50 a season. So you got 200 matches. You need to enter at least 25 of them. Once that's done, we'll cut to the top 32. Those that don't want to enter will go down. Anybody that doesn't have the required 25 matches, those will carry down until we have 32 players that are going. So this is going to carry down a bit. Like I have a feeling this is going to carry down to the 40s. The structure, The tournament structure will be the same as what we did with the Megatational, with a couple of little tweaks. What I mean by that is that you will be drafting your matches. You'll be submitting them in private, um, just the same way that we did with the Megatational. We'll have the veto system. We'll have the re-ranking system where entrants will be re-ranked. All that will stay the same. Um, we are modifying the tiebreakers. Okay, Murphy, you and I have talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm going to go into. So I'm going to go into a tiny rant right now. Just a small rant. Um, so we decided to change tiebreaker system. I know people don't like the way that we did the tiebreaker system. Now, the tiebreaker system for previous invitationals was actually pretty. It worked out pretty well. I mean, it was fine because we went off the time based off the losses of the I'm sorry, the total time based off of whatever matches you lose. And in all our events, it actually worked pretty well because it was just, you're in the same mode and all that. However, we did notice there was a definite issue with the Megatational, and it was identified fairly early, but we were already into it. We can't change the rules mid tournament. It's just not going to work. But a loss in, let's say, a cross keys race is going to be very different than a loss in a spoiler race. So 2 minutes does not equal 2 minutes. There's a flaw in the system. It was identified. We could have changed it to go with percentage of time loss, but in the end, we're going to go ahead and we're going to try this. Effectively, what it's going to do is there's going to be a 2-day buffer at the end of every week that we will have available for extra tiebreaker races. It only applies in two scenarios, and that is two 2-1s and an 0-3, or two 1-2s and a 3-0. That's the only time it happens, and there's never a tie. It's always a 3-way tie. I'm going to say this now, and I'll say it again because we are likely going to use this tiebreaker system before the Gigatational. Wink, wink. Not saying there's going to be an invitational before then, except that I'm saying exactly there will be an invitational before then. If you're in a 3-way tie in your group, I'm leaving it up to you to figure out when the best time to race is, and we're giving you exactly 2 full days to do it. If we see people pulling bullshit like, oh, I can only race for these 3 hours during those 2 days, you will be excluded from the tiebreaker race and you will forfeit your spot. We will not put up with it. It's the reason why this didn't exist in the first place, is because I'll say this, you guys did a great job in the Megatational. You did a fantastic job of getting your matches scheduled in a timely manner. We only had one issue where one race had to be rescheduled. You guys actually did a fantastic job. It's not always been the case, not only in ladder, but in any tournament that
Definitely
it's
not.
ever been. We will be watching, and if we see that you are being a pain in the ass and saying, well, unfortunately I'm in a different time zone, and because of this I can only race for these 2 hours, and it's like in the middle of the night when the other people are racing, we will exclude you from the tiebreaker race and either give the 2 spots to the other 2 people or have just a one-on-one tiebreaker race. We're not going to put up with bullshit. And again, it's the reason why we didn't have the tiebreaking system in the first place. So you'll be very aware of that. We will review this again before the Gigatational. So yes, just throwing it out there now. Don't screw with this. So, the only other thing to mention here is the last part of this. We are trying. I will try to get this set up. It's been um, a thing that I've been wanting to do, which is to pull the stop using race time and just go straight on Discord. And I have the ability to do it. It just requires a lot of additional coding to make specific one-on-one channels and monitor them actively with the bot and stuff like that. So we're going to try, we'll see how it goes. If I can get everything fully functional without any issue, we're going to not use racetime.gg going forward. Again, we'll probably do this before the Gigitational. Not saying that there's another invitational before then, except that there's 100% going to be another invitational before then. We've already planned the second or the other invitational, which is going to take place before this one. So yeah, that is our Gigitational. Plenty of time between now and then, but don't slack on your matches. Get them in while you can. You need 25 between now and October, November. I don't even know when
Yeah.
it's going to be. I don't. I haven't figured it out. I've estimated
I
it.
mean, as you said earlier, it's a total of 200 races. I think getting 25 in that time span should be doable for anyone who has a serious interest in participating in this. And, just if you want to play in this, try to take it at least somewhat seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it'll be an issue. Like there'll be people that do 15 in the first season.
Right.
And there will be people that sit on those, which is fine. We don't have any problem with it. You can sit on it as much as you want once you've gotten to a single point, and we'll update the standings. You know, we'll update the standings as it goes. It's fine. I'm not. We've always been very clear. And yeah, it's fine. Um, so yeah, yeah, and yes, we will have backups in place. We can always use Racetime GG. If things fail, we can always use it. It's a platform that's always available for us, so we can just use it. It's fine. We don't have a problem with it. So I'm so looking forward to this. And the only problem with the Gigitational is that we're not going to be doing it for like 10 months.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while. This one is one for the long. This is one of the long ones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think once we saw the success of the Megatational, it's like we have to do this again. And you know that the 2025, what would that be? What's after the Terra-tational in 2025 is like almost guaranteed if as long as ladder is still up and running. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I'm so looking forward to this. By the way, this is the reason that like we're removing spoiler and all of these so that all the races are going to be in a 3-hour time slot. Um, the spoilers is removed because there's a technical limitation. I'm sure I could get around it, but it's a lot of work. And what I don't want to see happen is people joining a race and then getting thrown for a loop because it's spoiler. There's a reason there's no spoiler in mystery. Um, so yeah, that's why those are removed. We're removing entrance. There will be no entrance modes in anything in the Gigitational. I'm sure people are not going to be happy about that. Irvi, should I tell them? This only you and I can hear this, right? They're not listening
Hmm.
to us. I'm sure.
No, they definitely
I'm
aren't.
sure
I
they
don't
have
see
their
hardly
ears
anyone's
plugged right
listening.
now. They're not
Oh
listening to
yeah.
this right now. Should we tell them that we're going to make it up to them when it comes to entrance stuff?
I mean, maybe.
Should we?
I don't know about this.
Should we? You know what? Let's not tell them. Let's not tell them. They'll just be surprised
Yeah, let's
when they
keep it secret for a
realize
while. I think that's a good idea.
that entrance people will have a. We'll make it up to them for the lack of entrance modes. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, so yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is season 22. It starts on January 18th, which is 12 days from now. Season is up. The schedule is posted on the website right now. We'll have a nice little recap thing I'll put out sometime this weekend. I'll get the Google Calendar updated here shortly. All the other stuff is already done and ready, so I've already did all that. The good thing about planning this out is that we can, yeah, I do a lot of this work in advance. I mean, and I've mentioned this, like, other than a few like little things, we kind of have all the seasons through season 25 already kind of sort of figured out. Like we kind of know what we're doing for the year, which makes things kind of easy. Although we don't know, like there's some wild card stuff in there we haven't quite figured out. Kind of nice. So
Hmm.
we will open up to questions in the chat if anybody has any questions, and if nobody has any questions, comments, or whatever, we'll just go on our way.
We will get out of
It's
here.
Saturday. I've got really nothing to do. We got to go grocery shopping because we
Oh, fun.
realized we have no food in the house for dinners and stuff. We had to order out last night, so
Yeah.
it's either that
I
or
mean, I got more laundry to do, so my
yeah,
Saturday is going to be equally interesting.
yeah. I finished again. I told you earlier. I finished Final Fantasy 6 again, and so I don't. I got to get back to Baldur's Gate. I got to get back to
That's a good
Baldur's
one.
Gate. I haven't. Yeah, I'm only like 5 hours into it.
Hmm.
Because I like to sit down in long sessions to do that, and like doing an hour here, hour there. It's not really my thing with a game like that. I want to sit down and do like 5 hours
Yeah,
at
you
a
can't
time.
really get anywhere in an hour.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. That'll probably be my weekend, and then tomorrow is football day because I know you don't get this. I know you don't understand this, but this is Bears Packers week. And even though
Hmm.
the Bears got eliminated from the playoffs last week, even though they won, they still get eliminated from the playoffs. Um, Bears Bears Packers week is ridiculously important, especially because we win. We knock the fucking Packers out of the playoffs most likely, and fuck the Packers. Just fuck them. Fuck them. I hate them so much. There will be a lot of spite going into tomorrow's game. Um, Oh, we have a question. Okay, I didn't delay long enough. Is there any thought of consolidating mode types into be kind of a random selection type of ladder time slot, similar to the way the no, we haven't really talked about that. So what that would be like an open like because
I feel like it will be like a specific grab bag for each time slot, so to speak.
mm-hmm.
Like you'd have like a standard modes grab bag and an entrance mode grab bag and a key sanity mode grab bag or whatever.
Well, it's interesting. It's funny. It's funny you mentioned that. We kind of have a setup for that because if you looked at the roles when we redid the roles here a couple months ago in Discord, I started consolidating modes. Like
Hmm.
if you want like open and open boots and open plus are all the same role. It's an open role. And it's set up that way so that you could just if you don't want it for one season, you turn it off, and you want it for the next season, you turn it on. And then, but if we had like an open time slot, it could be any of those. We have not. We actually have not discussed that. It's never been brought up.
I mean, I think it's an interesting idea, but I also think it kind of runs into the same problem that you mentioned earlier with the spoiler not being part of mystery, where
Sure.
you do sign up for open and you kind of know what you're in for, but then maybe you get the open mode that you didn't want to play, and it might be interesting for a season or maybe for one or two time slots, maybe not all time slots.
I will say it'll be something we will discuss. We will. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. We've talked about this before. Like we're out of ideas. Like I Dark Open is like the we that was the last thing in the bin. Like there's nothing left in the bin.
Yeah, yeah.
We're because we're still locked into the VT branch. Don't talk. We're not switching branches. We're not switching branches. And the people that might be watching this that are in the Pog Championship Discord, I I don't know if you've seen because Sinak just made the bot for I don't know
Mm-hmm.
which branch he's going off of right now. So I know it's one of them that's got the doors in it. The seeds take 20 seconds to roll, and sometimes it fails, and then it takes another 20 seconds to roll. Like you could be waiting a minute just for a seed to roll. We're not switching branches, guys. There's a reason for it. I was
Yeah, it's
watching
just been
it.
happening.
I was
And just
watching it. We're not.
just to
We can't do it.
quickly answer Ninjambro in chat here. You're right to a certain extent, but I feel like if every ladder mode is like it might be one of these three modes, then you can't really ever sign up for a specific thing anymore. And is that
Yeah.
really what we want or what the people playing ladder want?
Yeah, it's kind of hit or miss. I think the one thing that would kind of prevent us from doing something like that right now is Gigabag. Like Gigabag is
Right.
that mystery are the two modes right now, and they'll be for the next 4 seasons that are going to be variable modes. Um, so yeah, it's an interesting thought. We haven't thought about it, and it might be something that we will. It's up. Let's put it this way: we'll discuss something because we still have a few wild card modes we need to throw in for the next couple of seasons. We've defined most everything else,
Hmm.
but there will be a little bit of room to put new things in. So
I definitely think it's an interesting idea, and I think for like 1 or 2 time slots, it could definitely work. I
yeah.
just wouldn't make it the whole schedule, basically.
Oh,
Just
we
that
wouldn't
so
do
every
that.
mode is like it would
Yeah,
have
I don't
like
think we
some
would do
switch.
that. Nobody would sign up for stuff. Like nobody.
Right.
We would have races failing to roll all the time. Um, so yeah, yeah. Could you pre-roll the seeds before sign up close? They were. We're not going to pre-roll seeds. Could we do that? Yes, yes, because obviously people wouldn't know that they're there, but we're not going to pre-roll seeds. Um, yeah, it's not. It's yes, it's something we've thought of, but no, we're just not going to do that. It opens up. It's 99.9% safe. Like there's no like real harm in doing it. It just kind of goes against what it is, but it just we're not gonna switch branches. We're not gonna do it unless we were shown with 100% certainty that the branch is stable and no failed seeds, and it would have to be equal to the stability of the VT branch and give us the time return that takes to roll seeds. Then we we could then we'll chat. We'll sit down at the table and we'll figure that out. But until that happens, which is incredibly unlikely, we are stuck until V32 comes out, which is in last time I checked, 3 days and 4 years. So um, trust me, we want it as much as you guys do. So all right. Well, I think that was the only other question that came up. So I guess we're good to go. So,
Hmm.
ladies and gentlemen, thanks as always. Again, we'll have some summaries up in the Discord, and the Google schedule will be up soon. And I hope that you guys enjoy what we've got lined up for the next few seasons. So, as always, I'm Dunka. I am going to actually I probably got to get dressed. We probably got to go shopping. But thanks everybody, and Herfy, please do us the honors and close us out.
Well, guys, as Duncan said, I hope you guys are excited for what we got lined up for you. I'm super excited for the Gigatational, and please give us feedback on what you think on the mystery changes and also Dark Open. We want to know how you think it works, how it plays, how much fun it is, how much it sucks. We might change some stuff up, maybe, no promises, but we're definitely listening to everything that you're saying to us, so it's not going ignored. We might just not react on everything. And stick around, and I hope you have a great time on the ladder.